Hello everyone, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Commander review. We're in the Ice Age set, and we're talking about Merieke re Berit, which is a very popular commander on EDH Rec. A lot of people like to play with this commander. It's got a very big target on its back. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Merieke is, and I may be pronouncing this wrong, let me know in the comments below. But this is a legendary human 1/1 that costs Esper, or white, blue, black. Merieke re Berit doesn't untap during your untap step, and then it has a tap ability. Gain control of target creature for as long as you control Merieke re Berit. When Merieke re Berit leaves the battlefield or becomes untapped, destroy that creature. It can't be regenerated. Pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of rules for this card, so I'm going to read through these real quick. If Merieke becomes untapped, its destroy ability will trigger, but you won't lose control of the creature you took before it was destroyed. So as long as you have control of that creature, you still have control of it when it's destroyed. So things like effects that are like whenever a creature you control dies, do this thing, those will still apply. If another player takes control of Merieke, you will immediately lose control of the creature you took, but Merieke's destroy ability won't trigger. The affected creature will go back under its owner's control of the appropriate player. And it does specify that in Merieke's rule text. It says, gain control target creature for as long as you control Merieke, and then you can choose to untap it. But it's only as long as you control it. If you don't control Merieke, then you can't have that creature anymore. And then lastly, if Merieke leaves the battlefield, you will immediately lose control of the creature you took, and Merieke's destroy ability will trigger. The affected creature will go back under the control of the appropriate plane, then it will be destroyed. Oh, right. So here's the difference between untapping Merieke and flickering Merieke. If you flicker Merieke, the creature will go back under its opponent's control, and then it will be destroyed. If you untap Merieke, the creature will be destroyed under your control. So it's all about how you want the creature to be destroyed, under your opponent's control or under your control. And that could change depending on how you build your deck. If you are going for a lot of those abilities of like Blood Artist, where you want your creatures to die so then you can ping your opponents, you want to do untap shenanigans and not flicker shenanigans. However, if you have things where it's like creatures your opponents control go to exile instead of the graveyard, then maybe flickering is more what you want to do, because you want your opponents to have control of it when it is destroyed. A card I picked to synergize with Merieke is Sting, the Glinting Dagger. There's a lot of these untap during your opponent's untap step effects. Sting is really cool because it untaps during each combat step, or each combat phase. And so that would be really cool to have this and like Drum Bellower, because what would happen is during your turn you can tap Merieke, get a creature. With Sting equipped to Merieke, it would untap during the beginning of combat, destroy the creature, then tap it again, get another creature. Then on your opponent's turn, Drum Bellower would upkeep trigger, untap Merieke, destroy the creature, tap Merieke, get another creature, beginning of combat, Sting, untap Merieke, destroy the creature. So every turn cycle, you're getting 8 creatures every turn cycle. You can get 8 creatures destroyed every turn with Drum Bellowers and Sting in play. Fabulous synergy. And you will get a lot of hate for it. Just letting you know. This card has got a big target on its back for a reason. The deck that I am putting Merieke in is a Esper political deck. Lots of voting. I'm going to use Merieke as a political piece where I'm like, hey, I'll take care of this threat for you guys if you don't hurt me. or don't mess with me, or I'm going to take your creature and then I'm going to destroy it. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with Merieke. I'm going to use it in a very mild sense, allowing the players to kind of have a say with the board. And with this deck, obviously, there's a lot of voting. There's some aristocrat themes in there. I'm going to have some fun with it, but I want to have an interactive experience. So my political deck is what Merieke is going in. If you wanted to go insane with Merieke, you could do untap tribal and have a ton of abilities that involve tapping and untapping creatures. This would be Drum Bellowers and Sting synergy, or combo if you want to call it that. Blue has a ton of untap effects on creatures, so Vizier of Tumbling Sands will allow you to untap permanents, and then you can untap Merieke and do it again and again and again. Adhikar Valkyrie has this cool ability that when creatures die, you can reanimate them under your control. So with Merieke and the Valkyrie, you can destroy the creatures and then just bring them back under your control, period. And then, of course, if you want a fun alternate win condition, the Millennium Calendar, just untap this a bunch of times. Make sure you have lots of mana for it. And then win the game with 1,000 life, right? Sacrifice and each opponent loses 1,000 life. Yeah, just win the game. You know, just untap this a whole bunch. Lastly, you could do an artifact or an artifactocrats synergy, where, and I tried to think of something that like outside the box for Merieke. And so what I did was, is I did an artifact deck that you wanted to sacrifice. Artifactocrats is what I call it. I know a lot of other people call it that too. It's an interesting slang. But this is using Merieke on your own creatures, which would be very interesting. Obviously, when you're doing an artifact aristocrats deck, you're already going to have sack outlets for your artifacts. You're going to have reanimation effects. But Merieke could be a fun way to do that too, is like on someone's end step, gain control of your Worm Coil Engine, because no one's going to want to naturally destroy that. And then on your upkeep, or whatever, you can untap Merieke and destroy your own Worm Coil Engine, get its ability, and then just simply reanimate it instead of spending time using it to sacrifice it another way. So not the strongest use of this commander, but could be fun, could be interesting, and it might put a spin on your opponent's heads because they won't see this coming. That is for certain. That's going to do it for Merieke re Berit. Very strong, very oppressive commander. There's a reason why a lot of people like it. However, it's got a big target on its back because of that. So if you are going to play with this, be prepared to have some hate on you. Even if you're playing with like a low-powered deck, be prepared to have some hate on you. This commander will just bring you heat no matter what because of its ability to steal creatures, and that's a big, not no-no, but it's something a lot of players don't like to have to interact with. For some reason, I think it's silly, but have fun with Merieke. Steal your opponent's creatures. Use them as value or fodder. And then let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything I missed as well, or any ideas that you like that I didn't talk about. Some synergies or combos that I didn't mention. And if you want to see more of this content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when more videos come out. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!